Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, contemplative questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is music industry executive Zoe Thrall. Zoe, how you doing?
Doing great, Daniel. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you.
Great.
Okay, you know the drill, 30 seconds on the clock and then on to the next question. Are you ready?
Hit me, let's go.
Okay, question number one. Describe your job to a 5-year-old.
Oh boy. Okay, you know how your teacher sits at the head of the class and she kind of tells you what to do during the course of the day? Well, that's what I do. When it's time for your math or your alphabet lessons, I'm the one that points you in the right direction. If you have to go to gym class, I'll show you how to do that. If I don't know if that makes any sense.
This is frightening. If I were 5 years old, I'd be running and hiding behind the couch by now.
And then if you get in trouble, I'll help you figure out why you did the wrong thing.
Uh-oh. Do you know what you did wrong? Okay, next question. With many of the traditional jobs in our industry sidelined for the foreseeable future, how can people turn this crisis into a new opportunity?
Oh, well, networking, we can still network. Look, we've got technology all around us. So what are we doing right here? Just stay connected to people. It's the biggest advice I could give, because you don't want to become obsolete by not doing that. Also, branch out from your comfort zone. Now's the time to do online tutorials. There's so much stuff you can tap into to expand your horizons.
Next question. The Zoe Thrall action figure is being marketed for Christmas. What two must-have accessories are packaged with it?
Oh my God. There would be a carving knife in one hand, because I love to cook. not to do anything else but cook with.
Thank you for qualifying that.
And oh boy, that's a really good one. Okay, the other one would be, I don't know, computer.
Next question. What would 15-year-old you be most and least impressed with about you now?
You said I was going to have fun doing this, Daniel.
I lied.
Most impressed would be...
You brought up the carving knife, okay?
That I eventually worked on a Bruce Springsteen record as assistant engineer. The least would be that I'm not living on a ranch with horses and dogs and cats and an organic garden.
Okay, fair enough. But I thought you were going to go for the tambourine thing on the South Side Johnny Day. Sorry, maybe that was too much of an inside joke. Okay, next question. In the biopic of your life, who would play you and who's going to play your arch nemesis?
Oh, okay. I think who would play me, simply because she kind of looks like me, would be Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, the actress. And what was the second half of that? Sorry?
Who's going to play your arch nemesis?
Ooh. My arch nemesis would be, oh my goodness. I don't know. I want to think of an engineer. Maybe one of the first engineers I worked with, they yelled at me constantly. No, I don't know.
Next question. What's the worst mistake you've ever made in a professional setting? Only pick one.
Oh yeah, you make mistakes. You hope you learn from them. But early on in my career, when I was assisting, this is back in the analog days. A mix session, getting towards the end of the song, literally last few seconds of the song are running. I stopped the multi-track tape machine before the end. However, there was a good thing that came out of it, because when I stopped the tape machine, it hit the sound audio hit the chamber and it recorded onto the half-inch, and it made this incredible sound. The engineer is screaming at me. The producer is high-fiving me because it was like the coolest sound he ever heard. So it was a huge mistake, which I did learn from. but the outcome was okay.
Okay, well, the next question may actually dovetail nicely into that. What's the most creative backhanded compliment you've ever received?
Ooh. Okay, this was a bucket list thing. Working on a record called Sun City, which was an anti-apartheid record that Little
Remember that
Steve
record?
produced. There were 52 amazing artists on it, and last minute they needed a keyboard part on one of the versions of it, and it was the version that Peter Gabriel was doing the vocals on, and he was one of my idols, and I just was so thrilled that I was able to play keyboards on a record that he was on.
Next question.
Yes.
Let's see. What could be a good one for you? If you could have one pointless or semi-useless superpower, what would it be?
Oh my God. Well, does it have to be industry related?
Nope, doesn't have to be. I had one person want to be can opener man.
Oh my God. To be able to have people be on the other side of whatever their comfort zone is, to experience that for a moment. Because if everybody could do that, I believe we'd be a happier world. Too deep, too deep.
Okay, that concludes our game. I'm going to put 30 seconds more on the clock and allow you to either answer for me any question you wish I had asked you,
Okay.
or plug something, or ask me a question, or shamelessly pontificate. Whatever you want to do with it, it's 30 seconds. It's all yours. Go.
Okay, this is kind of a cop-out because maybe someone's already asked you this, and of course we already all know what you do, but maybe there's some people that don't, that are watching this. So we'll turn the question on to you, which is, why don't you tell your audience what your likes are and what you like to do?
Oh my God. Now you've stumped me.
See how it feels?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, gee, our time's up. No. I have been running this PR agency for almost 20 years now, catering to our wonderful industry, the recording industry, the musical products industry, the music industry. So we have handled most of the clients that you and I know on a daily basis. We've worked with most of the artists that you and I know on a daily basis. Prior to that, I was a producer myself. I was a staff engineer at various studios in Los Angeles. And prior to that, I was an actual musician.
Yes. Well, we all started there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah.
Some of us grew up and matured, and others of us are still stuck where I am, I'll never grow up.
Well, at least you're faking it with the guitars on the wall.
The guitars, I mean, they actually get used.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they do. I really still do play. In fact, I just recently phoned in a bass part to somebody in the UK.
Oh, I love it. I love that. Yes, that you're still playing. That's what it's all about, right?
Well, what I consider really amusing is, back in the days when I was working in the studios, which was also, the tape days, we used to joke if somebody didn't show up that, they were going to phone in their part.
Yep.
And, now it's pretty much what everybody does.
It's what we do.
Yep. Well, Zoe Thrall, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you for having me, Daniel. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.